How a female Silver Surfer empowers women. That's the thumbnail of this video, which I used to trick you into clicking on here. I don't believe that for a half second, but I do believe there are well-meaning people who want this female Silver Surfer and think that it helps long term. It doesn't do anything but allow the studio to say they are casting a female and hitting their requirements, hitting their pie graph of this certain percentage needs to be of this demo, that demo, that demo, and in no way, shape, form, or fashion is it introducing a long-term lasting character who happens to be female into their movie into the pop culture zeitgeist. Hiring a woman to be painted or in a skin-tight silver suit with the boobies all out in no way is empowering women. It is satisfying their internal rule set, and they're hitting the list and checking the boxes of we've got enough women, we've got enough women. That's not a problem in a superhero, male driven, male oriented, male focused, male catered to genre. If you didn't think it was a male genre, go look at the box office performance of the latest all females Marvel movie, and also check out the demo that viewed it. 60% of it was male, and it was all women. It was catered to women. Women aren't showing up for that. I don't know who they're trying to empower. I think I know who they're trying to empower. I think they're really trying to see if they could make, not because it's a Fantastic Four movie, so she's not going to be one of the top 4 castings in that movie. There will be a female. It's going to be Sue Storm. But the female Silver Surfer that they do, who Anya Taylor Joy is supposed to play, maybe 8th or 9th on the casting if you're thinking about it, maybe the 5th at the most possibly. But if that's the case, right, if this character gets more screen time than the Fantastic Four's kids and this is like the main villain or something, that version of Silver Surfer won't be the primary Silver Surfer after this. She hasn't been for years, won't be again. Go to a comic book. We know Norrin Rad is the Silver Surfer. He's a dude. He's masculine. And don't hit me with, oh, well, he doesn't have the genitals, so you can't really tell. No, man, he has a wife. Drop that. Drop the sex of this character isn't essential because he's just a herald of Galactus. I'm talking about representation and airing and giving all of this screen time to a character, female character, who's not going to remain that way for a long time, is literally wasting resources, and it hypnotizes people, like literally hypnotization. You guys watch Naruto, you know Genjutsu? It is hypnotizing diversity advocates into thinking something's happening. We're getting women on screen, and that means it's good. If the women you're getting on screen isn't going to be lasting, then maybe this is taking a spot from actual empowerment. I'll give you an example of empowerment. We watched the Frozen movies with those Disney princesses. Every Disney princess is an empowering role, especially the ones that they're the star of their movie, not so much Jasmine to Aladdin, but the main ones. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. Oh, I should have started at the beginning. The first ever. Katniss Everdeen from Hunger Games. These are empowering roles where money was given to lift this character, and when things get rebooted in the Hunger Games franchise, from not a prequel but a reboot, I'm sure Katniss Everdeen is going to be used again because she's that main character of that novel. Same with Twilight. Eventually someone's going to go, why don't we reboot this? Everyone seemed to like it when they were kids, when they were teenagers, and now they're old enough to have teenagers of their own. That's a movie night. So expect the Twilight reboot in a few years, and they're going to have, what's her name, April? What's her name, Bella? Whatever the name of the main, I don't watch all of the movies. I know about it though. That's how you empower, right? It's lasting. This is spot fulfillment taken. Finite resources go to women, and we're wasting it, and in a terrible way. Like, let's not gloss over the glossy, shiny kind of like body exposing suit that this character is going to be in. I can just imagine the internet reacting that way. If you're someone who's for it and just is happy and is like driven by who this will anger, because this will anger the men who just can't stand that X chromosome, like those people, if you think them being angry is permission for you to be happy, then rearrange your priorities. Stop letting them be your barometer or your measuring tool of how you feel about something. Move out of love, and then think logically also. Logically, we want Jean Grey, we want a Storm movie. These are X-Men characters. We want Photon to have her own film, as well as Captain Marvel. These are two film-worthy characters with the plethora of literature. Let me reach over to get the Photon book. I'm not editing this video, so you're just gonna have to deal with me reaching over to get this character has a lot. They can adapt this story, they can adapt that story, they can adapt that story. There's a lot of things that they could do with the Photon character. And not stick her in a Captain Marvel movie and say that it's a team up, representation. We'll stuff three of them in one. I want to be angry and I want to be logical. I want to be fired up, and I also want to be delivering solutions as well. Marvel has the resources to do it, to make $200 million movies featuring women and put them in positions to succeed. What they did with the first Captain Marvel movie was a position to succeed. Infinity War ended with a post-credit scene, and it had Captain Marvel's logo, and then right before Endgame happened, the Captain Marvel movie was must see. It was just before Endgame. Didn't matter who the director was, how experienced directors. It was two directors. It didn't matter at all because they put this character in a position to succeed, and it made a lot of money, and more people learned who Captain Marvel was. Do that properly. Don't change Cosmo the space dog from Guardians of the Galaxy. If I have to refresh your memory and you don't remember who that was, it was a dog. It was a Russian dog who's supposed to be male. Comic books treat this dog like a male. Well, they called Cosmo a female dog. Like literally a female dog. I know what that sounds like, everybody, but they called her that. And that in no way like elevated women because like I'm saying, like the 10th character on the casting was changed into a woman. That is for sure driven by an internal rule set of we need to have this box checked so that we're not doing a sexism. That's how they think over there. And instead of thinking of what empowers, they're more so slaves to their requirement of how much women need to be in a film. And that's not, those rules may be put in place for a noble reason, but we got to do it for the noble reasons and not for that pie graph that team photo that we're going to take at the end of the final day of shooting where the entire cast all has their arms around each other and you can see the cast and crew is pretty diverse. That's not why we should be doing these. Sometimes you're going to have a fully black movie and that's okay. And sometimes you're going to have all white people in your movie or all women movie. We're talking about genders right now. We're talking about sexes right now, technically. That's going to be okay if a movie happens to lead male in a male field. I also don't want Frozen to have heavy male representation when they do Frozen 3. It's just okay, Disney. Think studio-wise. Studio-wide, you don't have a female problem. You don't have a female problem. You did a female movie with Captain Marvel. I think the next lead female would be Eternals if you consider. Oh, Black Widow. Black Widow, maybe you can call it Internals, but that's like an ensemble cast. We got the Captain Marvel movie, which was very female-led. They made Wakanda Forever a female-led, but that was initially supposed to be Black Panther. It was supposed to be T'Challa. I just consider him the Black Panther in my mind because I make sense. So that's like 5 movies in a row. No one's accusing your studio of being too anti-women. That's not the case. Now, don't feel the need to throw in Thor has to have Jane Foster Thor in here, or Moon Knight has to have this Egyptian superhero, what's her name? Scarlet Scarab. That's not how you solve the problems. If you want to actually empower women, do what you did with Iron Man. He got 3 movies. He was essential in the Avengers team-ups. Captain Marvel got 1 movie. And then you belittled her in her sequel. You wouldn't even give her a title. Her name was not on that movie. It wasn't called Captain Marvel. And that's not empowering anybody. They don't know what they're doing over there. If you celebrate the female Silver Surfer, seek help. Stop listening to YouTubers or social media personalities who try every reason to explain to you, well, this is what's different about this character. This character is actually from another universe, and that's why this will make sense. And we can have that. Just because Silver Surfer seems like a male doesn't mean he's that. And then what happens if it... I hate watching them because they think they're doing such a nice thing. They really think they're helping and they're like showing out for women and they're coming from a space of logic. It's temporary representation. and that will never be celebrated here. On the YouTube channel Chillmonger, subscribe.